I'm Sierra Drish, and I'm going to explain and try to persuade you to let your kids be active when they're young. Not only when they're in high school, but at the age when they're learning how to do things and what they should do to be a good human being. And good meaning polite, respectful, smart, and just those kind of characteristics. I'm first going to explain how it helps people in school and with their social life and how it teaches time management. Um, the importance of getting children involved with teens at a young age is it teaches them different type of characteristics. It teaches them not to be selfish. It teaches them how to share the attention and not only to be less selfish, but to be able to get along with other kids. Another characteristic that children may learn while being involved in team activities is how to control their emotions. Learning how to control emotions is very important because sometimes it is not socially acceptable to share how you feel. For example, if somebody, like a hot topic is abortion. Um, some people think that it should not be illegal, and some people that think it should. Um, and learning how to control your emotions, then if somebody disagrees with you, you will be able to just drop it or hold what you think inside until you think it's appropriate. And if you don't have that, then you can have a lot of disagreements, fights, people that don't like you, and it'll cause more drama than needed. When kids learn this to control self-emotion, they will learn how to communicate with their peers well and other people that they have problems with. Or even when they get to school and they have a problem with math, say, um, they'll have kind of the confidence to go ask their teacher how to do something and not be scared that they're going to be made fun of, and or say that they're getting made fun of at school for whatever reason. Maybe they're a little bigger than the other kids, or maybe they're a little shorter, or they can't have the nicest clothes because parents can't afford it for whatever reason. Then they'll have that confidence to go talk to a guidance counselor, a principal, and even a teacher, or even just another classmate. They'll have that ability to go talk to them. And I'm not saying that sports will do this, but it'll definitely help. I'll be the first to admit that I'm not good talking about things that bother me. I'm one of those that'll just keep it in, and it doesn't matter how long I've been in sports, I will still do it. Um, but sports can definitely help that. Sports also builds that kind of family bonding that's not really your family. So you have those kids again to talk to. Um, I got these statistics kind of from parenting.com. Sports also build the confidence and has teaches kids how to focus on some things and how to respect others. That's very important, learning how to respect people. I went to a private school through kindergarten through 6th grade, I think it was. And our golden rule was treat others how you want to be treated. And I know I always want to be respected, and I'm sure you guys do too. And sports will teach you how to respect others even if you feel like they should not. For example, if in a basketball game they're pushing you around, using elbows, hitting, scrapping, pinching, whatever you want to think of, you'll be able to control yourself and be respectful and either ask them politely to stop or just deal with it. And I'm not saying that you should deal with these problems because it would be better if you didn't, if you just came out with it and, got what's on your mind off and it would help things out. Starting kids at a young age will also introduce them to different ethnicities, different cultures, and different religions. Having children get introduced to these different types of things at a young age, they will not see these things as different. They will see them as so-called normal. And also, getting them to introduce at such a young age will give them different experiences, different culture experiences. And we'll teach them things that maybe our culture doesn't teach. For example, kids that live in the city, they don't get that farm life. They don't get to learn how to actually work hard. And this is my opinion totally. So if they go to somebody that lives in the farm, they learn how to create their own activities. They learn how to wake up early in the morning and go work all day, and then what it's like to be tired at night. So that's just my kind of example of how different cultures, so to say, not necessarily that city and country is different, but that's just kind of the only way I could think about it. Jim Taylor had mentioned earlier at parent.com that the IQ levels also increase in students that are team related, if they do a team activity of some sort. So when it comes to high school, they have the IQ, and so it's people like to be smart, they feel better, they get that self-esteem. Also, sports is a great booster for self-esteem, especially for girls in that teenage age where they're transferring into middle school, where popularity is a huge thing, and your looks are a huge part of everything. And having sports can increase the self-esteem levels. Another benefit that sports has to it is that it teaches people to work for what they want. This isn't so much with the younger kids as it is the older ones when you get into middle school and high school. Because in middle school, they start kind of playing you off of skill and how hard you work. But in high school, most of the time, sometimes I guess it's name game, they want to say. But most of the time, it's your skill on how hard you work at practice. To add to that, not only are hardworking skills good to be taught, but it's a great thing to have, because then you don't ever get to thinking that everything is supposed to be handed to you. Also, with sharing the attention, it will also teach kids to get along with each other. So then it creates hardworking, and playing time and fluctuates then. And then they will go to working, like the real life, and they will see how you have to work at what you want. You gotta go to school to get an education to become what you want to be. You can't just expect to go somewhere and without going to school, without working hard at it, and expect to get that high dollar money that most people want. While growing through life, you're always going to have upsets of some sort. And sports can teach you kind of how to deal with this and kind of how to look at it in a more positive way. For example, if you get in a car accident, you're going to have the upset of having to rebuild back to what you were. Like if you break your back or your neck or whatever, you're going to have a little recoup time and physical therapy to get your back into shape of what it used to be, because it was you didn't have to try to walk, and now you had to think about walking and how it hurts. So then it will just teach you how to look at things more positive in a way. People on a team can then also create leadership. Having leadership is a great thing to have, because then you will take charge in things and you'll do things that you want to do first, and you won't wait for somebody else to do them. For example, we were talking in sociology a while back. There was this girl that had been shot, and there was a lot of people watching, so everybody just thought that somebody else was going to take care of it. Somebody else was going to call the cops. Well, come to find out, they went back inside, and they came back out a couple hours later or whatever, and she was still there. Nothing had been done. So then finally somebody takes charge and calls the police and goes from there. But if somebody would have just had that leadership trait, they wouldn't have had this happening. She could have been possibly still alive when they saw her being chased or whatever. Sports also introduce the fact that the world is not fair, and that not everything is going to be equal. For example, wins and losses. You're going to win and you're going to lose, no matter how good you are. There's going to be that one time that you don't play your best game and you'll lose. So it introduces how to kind of manage with it and how to work back again to how to work it all. So to wrap all this thing up, it is definitely a positive thing to let your kids get your kids involved into team activities of any sort. And it also builds kind of who they are. And not only that, it teaches them how to manage their time, because now they have practices every day and then they have homework. So it teaches them how to manage, how to do homework and how to do practice and then how to do games all together. So sports is a good thing to have in children's lives.